There comes a moment in every person's life when they realize that the biggest obstacle standing between them and the life they want is not the economy, not their past, not their family, and not their circumstances. The real obstacle is the identity they have accepted for themselves. Most people are not trapped by reality. They are trapped by the story they keep telling themselves about who they are. They say things like, "I am shy, I am unlucky, I am not confident," or "I always fail." Over time, these statements stop being thoughts and start becoming identities. Once something becomes your identity, it begins to control your behavior automatically. You no longer question it, you simply live it. But what if the version of you that exists right now is not the final version? What if the person you believe yourself to be is only one possible identity among many? What if you could step into a different version of yourself whenever you needed strength, confidence, courage, or discipline? The truth is, you already have multiple identities inside you. The person you are with your friends is different from the person you are with your family. The person you are at work is different from the person you are when you are alone. This means identity is flexible. It is not fixed. And once you understand that identity is something you can shape, you gain the power to redesign your life. One of the most powerful tools for changing identity is the use of alter egos. An alter ego is not pretending. It is not fake confidence. It is a deliberate identity you step into that allows you to access strengths that already exist inside you but are usually hidden by fear and doubt. High performers across the world use alter egos to unlock their full potential. Athletes, entrepreneurs, performers, and leaders often create a stronger identity that they step into when it matters most. Many people believe confidence must come before action. But in reality, action creates confidence. Alter egos allow you to act before you feel ready. They allow you to move forward even when fear is present. Instead of waiting to become confident, you become a person who acts with confidence. This shift is life-changing because it bypasses the excuses and limitations that normally stop you. Instead of asking, "Can I do this?" you begin asking, "What would my stronger self do right now?" There are 4 powerful alter egos that can help you break free from the version of yourself that has been holding you back. Each alter ego represents a different kind of strength. Each one is designed to solve a specific problem that keeps people stuck. When you learn to use these alter egos, you begin to operate at a completely different level. You stop reacting to life and start shaping it intentionally. The first alter ego is the warrior. The warrior is the version of you that refuses to quit. This identity does not care about comfort. It does not care about excuses. The warrior understands that growth requires struggle. Most people avoid discomfort because they associate it with pain. The warrior associates discomfort with progress. When the warrior shows up, procrastination disappears. The warrior identity gives you the strength to follow through on commitments, even when motivation disappears. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. Most people wait until they feel inspired before taking action. But the warrior takes action whether inspiration is present or not. The warrior understands that consistency beats intensity. It is not what you do once that changes your life. It is what you do every day. When you step into the warrior identity, you stop breaking promises to yourself. And every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. Confidence is built through evidence. The warrior creates that evidence daily. The second alter ego is the leader. The leader is the version of you that takes responsibility for everything in your life. The real power of alter egos begins when you move beyond understanding the concept and start applying it in your daily life. Knowledge alone does not transform a person. Action does. Most people hear powerful ideas and feel inspired for a short time. But inspiration fades when it is not connected to a system. The purpose of these 4 alter egos is not just to motivate you. It is to give you a practical system you can use every single day. When you deliberately step into these identities, you interrupt the old patterns that have kept you stuck. The old version of you reacts automatically based on fear, doubt, and habit. The new version of you responds intentionally based on strength and purpose. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that change must happen gradually. While growth takes time, identity can shift in a moment. Think about a time when you had to rise to a challenge unexpectedly. Maybe you had to protect someone, solve a sudden problem, or perform under pressure. In that moment, you became a different person. You acted with strength you did not know you had. That strength did not suddenly appear. It was always there. The situation forced you to access it. Alter egos allow you to access that strength without waiting for a crisis. You choose to step into that stronger version of yourself on demand. To make alter egos effective, you must make them real in your mind. Vague ideas produce weak results. Clear identities produce powerful results. Start by defining each alter ego in detail. Fear often appears strongest when you attempt to change. The mind prefers familiarity, even when familiarity is uncomfortable. When you begin acting differently, your mind may resist. Doubts may become louder. You may feel uncertain. This resistance is a sign that change is happening. The warrior pushes through resistance. The leader stays focused on direction. The creator sees opportunity within uncertainty. The champion believes in eventual success. Progress is rarely dramatic in the beginning. Small changes accumulate over time. One disciplined day becomes one disciplined week. One disciplined week becomes one disciplined month. Eventually, the new identity becomes permanent. What once required effort becomes natural. The behaviors that once felt difficult become automatic. Think about the version of yourself you want to become 5 years from now. That future version of you is not created overnight. It is created through thousands of small decisions. Each decision either strengthens your future or weakens it. Alter egos guide those decisions. When you do not know what to do, your alter ego provides direction. Your environment also influences identity. Surround yourself with reminders of the person you want to become. This might include books, quotes, or images that represent strength and growth. These reminders reinforce your new identity. They keep your goals visible and your focus clear. Environment alone cannot change you, but it can support your transformation. The moment you commit fully, your mindset shifts. Instead of wondering whether change is possible, you begin focusing on how to make it happen. Alter egos become tools for continuous improvement, rather than temporary experiments. Every great transformation begins with a decision. The decision to change identity is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. It allows you to step beyond the limits of who you were and move toward the possibilities of who you can become. And once you begin living through these 4 alter egos, you will notice something remarkable happening. The person you used to be will start fading into the background, and the person you are becoming will start taking control. There is a powerful moment that happens when a person finally decides that the past version of themselves no longer has control over their future. It is the moment when excuses lose their power. It is the moment when fear stops being the decision maker. It is the moment when a person realizes that identity is a choice. Most people never reach this moment because they wait for permission. They wait for confidence. They wait for the perfect opportunity. But transformation does not begin with permission. It begins with a decision. The decision to become someone stronger than yesterday is the turning point that separates people who stay stuck from people who move forward. The truth is that you do not need to destroy your old self completely. You need to outgrow it. Growth is not about rejecting who you were. It is about expanding beyond those limits. The version of you that struggled, doubted, and failed was part of the process. That version of you carried lessons that prepared you for this moment. But now there is a new version of you waiting to emerge. A version built from discipline, responsibility, creativity, and belief. The warrior, the leader, the creator, and the champion together form a new identity strong, enough to handle the future you want. Imagine waking up each morning with clarity instead of confusion. Instead of asking yourself whether you feel motivated, you immediately step into action. The warrior gets you out of bed with purpose. Most people underestimate how quickly life can change when identity changes. A single year of consistent growth can transform your entire future. Skills improve, confidence grows, opportunities expand, relationships strengthen, financial situations change, health improves. None of these changes happen by accident. They happen because a person becomes someone capable of producing different results. Think about the biggest goal you have right now. Maybe it is building a career, improving your health, gaining financial freedom, or becoming someone who lives with purpose. That goal requires a stronger version of you. The person you were 5 years ago could not achieve what you can achieve today because you have grown. These identities are always available to you. They are tools you can use at any moment. The more you use them, the stronger they become. Eventually, they merge into one powerful identity, the version of you that lives with purpose, discipline, creativity, and belief. Years from now, you will look back on this period of your life as the time when everything began to change. Not because circumstances suddenly became easy, but because you became stronger. Not because opportunities magically appeared, but because you became ready to seize them. Not because fear disappeared, but because courage became stronger than fear. Your past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. Who you were is not who you must remain. You are one decision away from a different identity. You are one action away from a different future. Step into the warrior. Step into the leader. Step into the creator. Step into the champion. And break free from who you used to be. Forever.